Most people never see 5 a.m. They know the traffic, they know the noise, they know the rush, but they don't know this hour. The hour when the streets are quiet, when tea stalls are still closed, when the sky hangs between night and morning. That hour didn't just change a man's routine, it saved his life. I'd like you to stay with this story till the end, because the decision he makes just before sunrise is the reason everything in his life changes. That man was Raghav. Raghav was 33. He lived in a single rented room behind a row of shuttered shops on the outskirts of Pune. The walls were thin. The ceiling fan rattled like it might fall any day. Every night, Raghav worked at a logistics warehouse. He checked manifests, counted boxes, lifted cartons until his shoulders burned. The work was honest. The pay was small. Raghav wasn't lazy. That was the hardest part to accept. He worked harder than most people he knew. But hard work didn't always lead anywhere. When his shift ended just before sunrise, he walked home through half-awake streets. Office lights flickered on. School buses lined up. Men in clean shirts waited for autos, sipping chai. Raghav walked past them towards sleep. He slept while the world moved forward. And every afternoon when he woke, the same thought waited for him. Heavy, unavoidable. Is this how my life will end? Every Sunday evening, his mother called from their village. "You're still young," she said softly. "You shouldn't only be surviving." Raghav always answered with confidence he didn't feel. "Don't worry, something will work out." After the call ended, silence filled the room. He wanted to learn new skills. He wanted a better job. But after night shifts, his body felt empty. Days disappeared into sleep. Weeks disappeared into routine. Life felt like a train he could hear, but never board. One morning, at 4:40 a.m., his phone rang. His uncle's voice was tight. "Raghav, come home. Your father collapsed in the fields." The bus ride to the village felt endless. At the government hospital, his father lay thin and tired on a narrow bed. Years of farm work had carved deep lines into his hands, into his face. The doctor spoke quietly. Exhaustion, stress, more rest needed, better food, medicines, things that required money. Later, when they were alone, his father held Raghav's wrist. "I worked hard all my life," he said, "but I never escaped the same cycle. Don't repeat it. Promise me you'll find another way." Raghav nodded, unable to speak. He stepped outside the hospital just as the sky began to lighten. It was 5 a.m. The village was still asleep. A few farmers walked toward the fields. A temple bell rang once, faint, distant. The air was cool, clean. Standing there, Raghav felt something rise in his chest. Not hope, clarity. "If not now," he whispered, "then when?" At the bus stand, Raghav sat beside a man in neatly pressed clothes. The man was reading, calm, unhurried. "You look like you haven't slept," the man said kindly. "Night shift," Raghav replied. The man nodded. "And when do you live?" That question stayed. They spoke quietly as the bus arrived. The man explained he woke before dawn every day, not to rush, but to think, to learn, to plan. The hours before the world wakes, he said, decide who leads the day and who reacts to it. Before leaving, he handed Raghav a small card. One condition, he said, if you wake early, don't waste it. Discipline is rare. That night, Raghav set his alarm for 5 a.m. He almost turned it off. The first morning felt cruel. His body rebelled. His mind begged for excuses. But he remembered the hospital bed. He stood up. He chose one skill: basic data and inventory management. Something useful. Something real. Every morning, the same chair, the same silence, the same discipline. He learned while the city slept. Then he walked. Empty roads, closed shops, sunrise creeping in. The first 2 weeks were torture. By the third week, his body adapted. By the fourth, he stopped arguing with himself. At the warehouse, Raghav began noticing problems others ignored. Missing stock, handwritten logs, constant confusion. He didn't complain. He fixed things. Simple systems, clean records, clear reports. When asked how he learned, he answered honestly, I used the hours before sunrise. People started noticing. So did he. 3 months later, Raghav was called into an office he had never entered before. They needed someone disciplined, someone reliable, someone who understood operations and data. They offered him a day shift role. With higher pay, Raghav accepted calmly. But inside, something shifted forever. That night, he still set his alarm for 5 a.m. A year later, Raghav lives in a better home. His parents receive proper medical care. His work has purpose. He still wakes before dawn, not because he has to, because that hour reminds him who he chose to become. When people ask why he wakes so early, he smiles and says, that's when I stopped surviving and started steering my life. If this story made you pause, tap the like button. It tells YouTube to share this message with more people like you. Comment below and tell me, what would you build if you truly owned the hour before your city wakes? Share this with someone who keeps saying, I'll start tomorrow. And subscribe, because every week I bring you real stories that prove change doesn't begin with motivation. It begins with discipline. Tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., your future is already awake. The only question is, will you be there to meet it?